What it do, family? My name is Andrew Cobos. I used to be a cross-country and track athlete at the University of North Texas. Got the ring to prove my success that I had on my senior year. And today I want to start a new series with you guys, and this is going to be a video for all of you runners out there who are trying to get better, or if you're somebody that's trying to get into running. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips that will make you the best runner that you can be. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be the start of a new little mini series that I'm going to be starting. It's going to be running related, and it's going to be for all my cross country and track athletes out there, whether you're in high school, middle school, or if you're in college and you just want to move up in divisions. This is going to be the series for you guys to watch. So starting with my background in running, back in high school I was not a good runner at all. I started kind of late, my junior year of high school. I used to be in band, and I always saw the cross country guys in practice while I was doing the marching band. That kind of inspired me to get into running, was watching those guys run every morning, and it made me want to kind of try it out and see for myself what it was all about. My high school didn't have a coach that really knew like what to do when it came to cross country and how to build up a runner or an athlete. It was mostly just kind of having the program there, and people just ran, and it was up to you to kind of do what you wanted. First of all, my junior year was really bad. I didn't run well at all in 5K or track. I just ran really bad times. I think I started at 800 with a 2:30, I think I ran. And then I started building my way down from there. So 2:30 was a starting point for me. And that pretty much set like the baseline for my first race. I was like, okay, this is 2:30. This is what I can do with the kind of shape I'm in at the start of the season. So let's just cut that number down as much as we can throughout the year, throughout the semester. So that's kind of how my mentality processed running. It was setting a base goal for yourself and then moving down from there. That was my high school experience for my junior year. Senior year, I got into a summer track club. Shout out to Lake City's track club. I don't know if they're still a thing anymore, but Brandon Cooper was my summer coach. And this guy literally turned me into like the worst 800 and miler and cross country runner into like the best in the high school at the time. And I think I still might be the fastest until today. I know that I was the first one in my high school, like in many years, to break the 2-minute barrier in the 800 meter. And I was the first one to like qualify when it came to like the cross country side or the distance side. I was the first one in a long time while I was in high school to make it past district, and I think I won area, and I also made it to regionals. I didn't make it past regionals, but I ran my senior year like a 156 in high school, which was pretty respectable at my time at the time, which was like 2014. So yeah, that 156 was able to get me to college. It was the only way that I was going to get to college was having that scholarship in track or cross country. So yeah, from there, I think my mentality with running that made me like push myself was the fact that I wanted to inspire others, my fellow athletes that were on my team, into kind of breaking out of that mental barrier, because running is like a mental game. And we all kind of like looked up to Marcus High School and Flower Mound and Hebron, and we're like, oh, these guys, they're the best, and we can't beat them. So me personally, I wanted to just break out of that barrier that we all set for ourselves that made us lose the race before we even started it. And that worked out really well. Once I started winning some races in high school, it was like that. Like everything changed. I was just another runner out there, and I was just hanging on their shoulders and beating him at the rest of the race. My personal advice is just break out of that and race against yourself. Become a better runner personally before you worry about anything else. Because every time that you focus on yourself as a runner during the race, you're always going to perform better every time, because you're going to nitpick what you did wrong, not what you could have done to keep up with somebody, or you're not going to worry about their performance. You're going to worry about your own performance. But yeah, going into college, I was very lucky to get an offer from Texas A&M Commerce, and there I pretty much built my 800 base really well. Like the coach was a middle distance focused coach, and this guy, like Coach Robert Reed, he's a teacher now, or he's a coach in Plano right now. But he really built my 800 and my mentality, but also having like the team there, a team that was with the like mind of myself. We just all like helped each other and pushed each other during practice, because the difference between college and high school you might be the best runner in your high school, and you're gonna be in front of everybody during every workout. Nobody's gonna keep up with you. But once you get to college, everybody is just like you are, and it's important to make that adjustment going from high school to college. Everybody's like you are. Don't think you're the big shot, and you gotta earn your respect in a team. You move your way up from the bottom to the top. It doesn't matter who you are. But yeah, going from college, my goal was to start at the bottom, move my way to the top of the ranks throughout every year. But also coming into college, I was a Division II school, and I just always wanted to be challenging myself. And my goal right off the bat was to make it to Division I by my senior year. Built my 800 up, my 800 times there. I got a lot faster than I was coming out of high school. I got to the point where 153 didn't feel like anything hard to run in the 800, and I was performing pretty well compared to the conference. But at the time, I was still making that adjustment from going from like a small scenario to like a pretty big, like this is serious now, you're getting paid to run. And that kind of puts pressures on a lot of runners, and it put pressure on me at the start. But I overcame that throughout the years of college and running and racing. But yeah, so I built my time up in the 800, and then once it got to my sophomore year, my junior year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make the move. So I made the move to Mizzou, University of Missouri. They were SEC, so my times compared to their times over there. And I thought that I would get on the team because I had pretty respectable 800 times. So I came in pretty confident. I tried out for the team, but there was like a whole ordeal where I had to get like a hard exam, and they just put me out of like running for quite a bit of time. And by the time that I was able to try out for the team, I was definitely out of shape. And at that point, I had a decision to make. Do I want to keep trying? Because getting back in shape is going to be really tough. So it was either keep running or just stay in Mizzou, go to college and finish college as a non-athlete. And I was like, no, screw that, I'm not gonna do that. So I put my name back out there, got myself back into running shape, and it took like forever. But I was able to get into UNT, University of North Texas, over here in Denton, Texas. And there started my journey again. That's like, it was that process in my head to, okay, you gotta get better, you're gonna get paid for this, and you gotta finish strong. Like, you started here, you made a name for yourself in high school, and now you gotta do it again, start from scratch. So I got to UNT, and I was definitely at the bottom again, the bottom of the roster. I was one of their worst, I think, cross-country runners, but I didn't have to race my first year because I had like this whole SEC thing, so I was not eligible to race my first year there. So it's pretty much just practicing. I was doing a lot of unattached meets for track. I think I didn't do any. I did like the home meet for cross country. Oh my gosh, the UNT meet here cross country, man, I was dead my first year. Like, it was horrible. My time was crap. I just did not run well at all whatsoever. I was like getting side cramps throughout the entire race, and that kind of told myself like, dude, you gotta get back into the game and you gotta push yourself. And also just getting in a team didn't help. Because I had so many like even more talented runners at my college at UNT. There was like a lot of foreign athletes. The first year that I was there, they kind of like intimidated me because they were so good. That was my junior year or my senior year, and then my fifth year in college, I was able to race, and it was like a kind of a fresh start because a lot of the older guys that I like really like idolized, which I said not to do in the start, they left. So I was like, oh man, like somebody's gonna have to step up. And I kind of put it onto myself to be one of those people that like stepped up to the plate when we needed it. So when I got to race my last season, my cross country season, I worked my butt off throughout the entire summer. And I was in really decent shape coming in. I think I wasn't the top of the roster yet, probably like halfway. And then I moved my way up into like the top 5 guys on the team. Those guys, like, we had a talented team of freshmen, and one of my closer friends that I consider my closer friends, Alex Esposito, he was like this freshman that just came in, didn't give a crap about what anybody thought, and he just ran, and that's all he did. And that kind of, even like him being a freshman inspired me as a senior to like not give a crap about like all the technical stuff of running, just go out there and run. My senior year was like, I couldn't have asked for a better senior year. Like I broke all of my PRs except on the 800 because I was focused. Back to my junior year, like my 800s were not working out at all. Like I went to a bunch of unattached track meets and I was just like barely breaking 2 minutes, and it just kind of like threw me off. And I said, okay, you know what? Let's scrap the 800. Let's move up to the mile, and we're gonna build a base there and race from there. And my coach, Kevin Williams, he did a fantastic job at training myself and the other guys that were racing with me, because we were a solid team of 1,500 and milers at that college. Back to like the whole perspective of the video, how to become the best runner that you can possibly be. Just focus on yourself. Set yourself goals, whether they're small goals, and set long-term goals, and also set goals that are just unrealistic to break. Because my senior year cross country, there was like a period of where there was like 3 cross country meets, and I went from being like a 27-minute 8K guy to like, I think by conference meet I ran like low 24s, high 23s or low 24s, which is like was pretty good for me. Like I'm not a cross country guy, and we ended up winning conference just because like I was able to out of nowhere just like step up to the plate. We had another guy, Tim Jones, one of my friends as well. Dude, that guy killed it in that meet, and he just like went from having like a few bad races, and he just like went out of nowhere, got second place on our roster, on our team that day, and he was like up there. And the top 5 guys all got all conference, and it's just like it's still like resonates with me today. Like holy crap, we did that. It was like going into the conference meet, it was like we had a chance of winning, but nobody really believed in us. And I was really just like telling myself, okay, you gotta step up to the plate, focus on your race, help your teammates throughout the race, and do what you can, and you guys have a good chance of winning this. And it's gonna be something that always sticks with me. And until today, I always remember that moment. And they went on to like track season, and I just saw everybody else on the track, they're just another athlete. That like really showed in my indoor season. I built my confidence in indoor because I was like in conference, I think I placed 4th or 5th, maybe 6th. And then just watching my race, like it really like showed me like holy moly, like I can do anything that I set my mind to, and the race didn't even feel painful. Like when you're like running confident, it's like, let me like explain. Your breathing, you feel like it's getting like stronger, like you're breathing harder, but your body is like is just going. Like you see somebody in front of him, and you tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna match their pace. You're able to go. So like that's like a key. Become confident as an athlete. Do everything that you can to better yourself, and don't idolize anybody on the field. So that's my best tips for you guys. Also, just like when it comes to training, listen to your body. Communicate with your coach. Like if you're feeling something painful, don't be scared just because you don't want to like backtrack. Sometimes it's good to backtrack so you're not stopped for the entire season because you tore a muscle. And yeah, that's my tips and tricks for you to become the best athlete that you can be when it comes to racing, cross country, and track. Just go out there, guys, keep practicing every day, focus on yourself as an athlete, and do the little things. And from this season, I have like a really like fun idea in my head that I want to like start a series off of this video, and I want to welcome like all of my old teammates, whether they're from Commerce and they're around the area, or from UNT. I'd love to have those guys over. Having those guys that like are great athletes come to the channel and just give you guys some tips on what they do on a daily basis to be a good athlete. I think it'll be like a really fun series on the channel, and it will be very helpful to like inspire younger athletes or just somebody that's also in college. From here, I also want to do like just running tips for somebody that wants to get into running, because I have a lot of people reach out to me over Instagram or text message, and they want to say, hey, like I'm trying to get back into running. Do you have any advice on what can make me a better runner, or how I can build up my mileage to run every day in my cardio? Comment down below what your event is in track and your PR as well. I'm really curious to see where you guys are. Like the video, it helps out the channel a lot, and like shares it with more people in the algorithm. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay hungry, y'all.